episode of Questions with Queens. I am your host for tonight, Aisha, and this is my beautiful co-host.
I'm Rihanna or B.
Hey, and we have some lovely ladies with us tonight. They are the lovely ladies from Queens with Vibes and Visions. We have Queen K and Complex Angel. As we want to remind you guys to follow us on all of our social media platforms. I mean, we're everywhere. Wherever you like to listen to your podcast, we there. Go search everywhere.
We working. Like, how did you guys get your podcast started, and like, what do you guys want? What's your purpose for your podcast?
We just basically just talked one day, like, Queen K, you want to do a podcast? And she was like, yeah. Like, it was just one day when I was back in Michigan. Like, we just recorded our first one. It was about, do you feel that females, if we kind of stuck together and really looked out for each other, would men be able to try to pull half the bullshit they do? And we just tested it out, and it's it was so many numbers and everything. And then I reached out to Joseph Boyd, shout out to him. He has a platform called My Skin Is My Sin. And I told him, I'm like, have you ever thought about having a podcast on your platform where two Black women are talking about empowering each other? And he was like, that sounds really dope. And he brought us onto his platform, and we record on Blog Talk Radio. Like she said on the flyer that we post, you can call the number up to listen live on Mondays at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Yes, y'all be working. I be like, yes, look at their topics all the time. They be on there. They be doing it.
Give us a little bit of you guys' background. I know you guys say you guys have been friends for 15 plus years. Give us a little bit about you guys individually.
Okay. You want to go first, Queen K?
Yeah, I'll go first. From Detroit, still here. I do want to move today, but I am a single mom. I got three babies. I'm an educator. I'm a pre-K teacher and kindergarten teacher. I have been in the education field for 11 years now. I'll be 30 next month. Not looking forward to it, but I know that it'll bring growth. Just a little nervous about these digits, but it's okay. That's pretty much it about me. I'm a homebody. I'm a homebody. The podcast is what opens doors for me. That's what rips Band-Aids off of me. That the podcast helps me learn who I am, because each topic, it makes me remember different stuff, and it helps me grow. So, and that shout out to Complex, because like she said, it was so random. It was just like, hey, how about we start a podcast? And I'm just like, okay. I was serious at first, but it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait till
She does hair too. She does hair too. She didn't even mention that.
Oh yeah.
And
I had a client just now, but yeah, I do hair. It's just painful on this body. This body is breaking down. So yeah,
it's turning 30, girl. It's letting us know. Sit down, sis.
Right. Shoot, I'm about to unfold my legs right now. Shoot, my knees cracking.
I'm cracking up. I got my stool, put my legs up, let the blood flow go.
Yeah, that's man. So okay, I actually was born and raised a little bit in Detroit, Michigan. I moved away 3 years ago, lived a little bit in Philly, but now I'm over in Bensalem area of Pennsylvania. I am a service coordinator. I work in the medical field. And I also write books. I need that as an outlet. And the podcast. I have Queens with Vibes and Visions. And I also do another podcast with my co-host DC on Sundays called Self-Love is My Rehab. That's where we really rip some damn Band-Aids off.
I was listening to that. Y'all be here. I was like, listen, they about to put me into the therapy office and everything.
We are going to be talking about what is a friend, okay? Because some people be having that all types of confused. What is a friend? All right. So let's jump right into that. What do you guys think? Now, I'll be mixing this up sometimes too, because I'll be like, oh, mom, that was my friend. When I meant to really say, no, that's my associate or my. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between a friend and an associate, or just someone you just met?
You want to answer first, Queen K?
Yeah, I'll answer first. So how I set them apart is an associate is somebody that is pretty much a high and by basis. That's what I consider like some of my coworkers. That's it. Like we just see each other between this time. That's it. Me and Complex, we've been friends for 15 years. We know each other's ups and downs, know each other like the back of our hand. That's a friend. And then, you know, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you know you can put your trust in, somebody that won't judge you, somebody that's not biased. Like Complex does all of that for me, and I feel like that's a friend right there.
Right. Okay.
I think the difference, I definitely agree with Queen K. I think the difference between an associate, mine's just like a little bit more than high and by. I feel like associate is someone like you probably go hang out with, you know, at the club or like go to events, but it's like, it's just like a hangout thing. You hear from them once in a while. A friend is someone like you talk to all the time. Like, you know, I talk to Queen K a lot, you know, like she said, we know just we was 15 years old, but even though, you know what I'm saying, our friendship, we had to learn to grow. Like a lot of things we're just not really understanding each other having a podcast because you never really had the safe space to talk about uncomfortable, you know, things in a friendship
Right.
because what happens in this house stays in this house. But, you know, the fact that I can talk to about uncomfortable things, a person who doesn't judge you or throw it back in your face, you know.
Right. I agree. B, what you think?
I agree with Queen K and Complex Angel. I think that an associate is definitely somebody that's kind of important, like because you made a relationship with them some type of way, but it might not be on the same level as a friend. Like you consider a friend more person, like she said, like a trusting person, somebody that you can confide in, somebody that you can talk to about, you know, your things and stuff like that that might be uncomfortable for you. That you might not share with an associate. I think an associate is kind of sort of like more than high and by, like you said. I think it's just like, yeah, like a coworker or somebody who hasn't quite gotten to the friend level. Like you're just like trying to fill them out and see if you can trust them and stuff like that. So I think it's like the stage before a friend comes. And a friend to me is somebody that you can definitely trust, and you already been there. You already been through some obstacles with them. You already tested their loyalty. You understand, you know, who they are as a person, and you can confide in them. So yeah.
Right.
All right. So do you guys think that a friend can go back, friend become an associate at some point? Like, can they not be a friend no more?
I mean, demoting them.
You get demoted. Can we go friends? Or once you
I think if you get demoted, then you not anything anymore. Like it's just because something has to happen. If they reach the friend level, if they already was associate, they got to the friend level, and then now you have to take back something. It's no associate like
right,
there.
so
It's just like I don't know you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, we just know you. You don't exist. You're a stranger. So you go from friend to stranger real quick.
I actually had to demote somebody from best friend status. And the
Oh,
reason why was because like I had known her since like the sandbox days, elementary school. But as you get older and you start to really look at it, it's like, okay, I think I use this word too loosely. I think I gave you this best friend title because we known each other so long, but it's like when I need to talk to you about something, you're not there. You know, like in times where I was going through hard times, you judged me. So I had to demote her to like a friend status, but it's kind of like an associate because we don't really talk as much. And I don't hold that against her because she's married with kids and everything, but it's like it's not the same.
right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I had some friends that had to exit my life, and I outgrow certain people. You know, things change, your dynamics in life change. As you said,
Yeah.
somebody became a wife and kids, and you're probably, you know, you could be a single person, not you specifically, but the other person
Right.
could be a single person with no kids, and it's just like they don't understand those
Mm-hmm.
things as well sometimes, and you have to be able to navigate the friendship that way. But I had some friends I got in a horrible fight with, and I thought that would never ever happen, and it's just weird now because I became their child's godparent, and it's like I'm there for the kid, but like the parties and stuff like that, I'm always like looking sideways, like, you know, what's going to happen, or, you know, I know that they don't have my best interests at heart, but I'm also a loving person, and I'm also there for my godchild. You know, they might not consider me a godchild anymore, but the kid was already, you know, in the relationship. So I was like, I have a kid, they have a kid, they have a kid party, I'm going to bring my kid and support the kid. But the relationship, the friendship, that stuff is X. Like
Right.
that's it. Ain't no coming back from that, because like I said, it's loyalty and stuff that you have built that you can't come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like that's the hardest thing to do though, because like how do you have that conversation? Like how do you go to somebody and say like, listen, sis, we just not the same no more. Like, are we telling people this or are we just not talking to them no more? Like, I think that's a hard conversation. Somebody that you once cared about just so much, like you really cared about this person, but like how do you tell them like you're not a good friend no more? Like you not.
I think it's just best when you just come out front and say it. Like, look, I feel like we need to talk about some things. We're going two different ways in life right now. This is not how it used to be. I think it's better to be upfront than to blow them off, especially if it was somebody that you consider as a friend or a best friend. It's always best to let them know up front. Like, you don't want them to feel like you being fake or you got to hide nothing. At this point, we're all adults. We should be able to talk about our disagreements. You know, we should be able to talk when we feel like we're drifting apart. And I really feel like you just outright tell them, look, we do separate things right now. It's best that we just, cool off. Because with me, after you lose that friend title, that's it. Like, it's no associate after that, because I didn't confide in you about too much stuff. You know too much about me.
That's another thing. Yes.
Friend. So it's no, you just gonna be my associate. No, I'm sorry. That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, for me, it's hard for me to break up with people because my personality is so strong that even when I try to be nice, it's like they just think that I'm being sarcastic or that I'm trying to be smart or something like that. It never works for me. Like it never, like I can never just break somebody off easy. Like, oh, listen, sis, right now, friends. And that works for me because my personality is way too strong. So anything I say out my mouth is like, that bitch try to be smart. That bitch always that
But
bitch
I
think
feel like
that
if it's your friend, they should already know your personality and know what they're getting with you.
But that's the problem because personality, and that when I try to be different than what somebody knows, all of their like you can't never. Nobody allows you to be the new you, especially somebody that the old you to bring that up or hold that against you. So even when you even when you know that you like outspoken and you try to just be like, all right, listen, I just want to let you know that I'm not feeling it no more. Like you never there for me, like I'm there for you, and this and that. No, they don't know how to accept that from me. Like it's just they always play victim, so that really never works. How many ways I try to go or tackle it, it never works for me, like ever.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll have friends who will try, like you said though. Wait, which one? I want to make sure I get both of your names right.
I'm Brianna.
Okay, Brianna. Like you said, Brianna, they should know your personality, but you will have some females. If you have two strong-minded females in the bunch, one of them are always going to try to take over. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to, like she said, they thought I was being bitchy. I had a friend like that. She could tell me everything up under the sun that I needed to do to change this, and that. But when it came to trying to tell her what she needs to do, it's like she was shut down. You ain't no real friend. And then when you distance yourself, they want to gaslight and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean that. Girl, you took it the wrong way. Bitch, get out of here. Beat it.
Yeah.
It's not enough room for the both of us. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those strong personalities are hard. Like it's hard to navigate and stuff like that. And I think it is important to like take your time with when you're calling somebody a friend. Like take your time to really understand what you're giving the title away. Like just like you do with your relationship. Like take your time and be like, okay, this person can be a friend. This person can deal with me at my worst. This person can deal with me at my best, and just handle it.
Yes, and you know what? It's hard to make friends and yet I'm not gonna say for everybody, but I know for me, like I'm not real social. So it's hard for me to make friends in this age. Like before we was kids, you could make friends at school. You was always outside. You was always ripping and running. It was easy to make friends then. But now as an adult, when you really like as a kid, you wasn't really thinking about all of these support, like a friend that was supportive, a friend that was good. You wasn't really thinking about all of that.
Right.
As an adult, you have these friends from when you was a kid. And now you have now you're thinking about loyalty. You're thinking about being supportive. You're thinking about bitch, do you call me and check on me? Do you you thinking about that now? And you look like I know for me, I look at and I be like, I don't have no damn friends. Where the fuck is I about 4 friends?
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I had as many friends as I have on my Facebook.
Yeah.
You knew everybody on MySpace. You knew all your friends on MySpace. Now you're like, who is that? Who? You be like, who? Johnny from where?
Man.
I husband all the time. Like, I'm gonna go make me some dorm friends, and I just be like, where I'm supposed to find friends at now in the market? Cause I don't do nothing.
It's hard. I be like, I'm cool with my friends, but I know that like it's different love languages. It's different. You know, it's the same thing for friendship. Like you might not call all the time. I know I'm not a phone person, and my friends who I consider my friends understand that, but they also, you know, are feeling like, bitch, you didn't call me today. Like, what's up? Like, so I try to make sure I work. Like, it's like kind of a give and take. It's like you in a relationship. I try to make sure I work on those things. Like, I know that friend needs me a little bit more verbally on the phone than this friend does, or this friend needs to go on an outing more so than this friend does. So you just gotta know your friends. Like, take your time and understand and know who they are.
Yeah.
I came up with a question just having this conversation because you said about relationships. You know how like in relationships you go through all different stages. Do you guys feel like you have to be like that in friendships too? Like even if your friends at a low point, because they always tell us you want friends around you that's like-minded, but everybody goes through different journeys. Everybody goes through different trauma, and some things are hard to bounce back from. Can you still love your friend in their lowest point, or would you cancel them?
Oh, that's a good question. So
Really
for
good.
me, I am very supportive and very understanding, like as a friend. So I think that like if my friend is at a low point, I feel like as a friend, like you said, if you're supportive and you're there, you'll know is at a low point. No matter if they're putting on a face, no matter if they're putting on a front, you will be able to see through all of that and know that you're hurting and know that your friend needs you. So if you are truly a friend to somebody, you can recognize it. And that's how you know that that person is really there for you when they like, all right, bitch, they everybody done went home. What's going on?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you do what you can, like against all odds, no matter what, for that person if you care about them enough. But see, the question really is too, is that would a person do that for you? Like, would you still be able to do it for them if you know they won't be able to do it for you? And for me, that's where I fuck up at all the time, because I go out my way for people that don't go out their way for me. And it's like a hard lesson to learn because you're so caring and you want to be there and you want to help everybody. Like, that's literally my flaw. I be really trying to save the world. Like, so
I kind of have the same issues too, but I feel like if you know them and you know that they're not that type of person, it's the same thing. Like, you can't just expect it without having like a conversation and just write them off. I feel like if you have talked to them about it and you told them what you need, or on occasions or something like that, or you just notice that they just haven't did anything or did shit for you, but if they are trying in their own way, then you can't write them off and they still considered a friend. They just need to learn how to be a friend to you. So I don't think it's okay to like just cancel them just because they might not do what you are doing to them all the time. But if it's like a pattern, like that's becoming a toxic person, you need to remove them.
I think my mom had this conversation with me in college, and I was so hurt over something that happened between me and one of my friends. And my mom told me, like, you cannot expect someone to be the type of friend you are to them. Like, and then even later on, my husband had to tell me, like, you have to know friends and you have to treat your friends accordingly. Like, you can't expect friends to be you and you know them. Like, you can't be mad at them and not want to be their friend anymore. You just have to know who your friends are and act accordingly. You act accordingly, you're not pouring so much of yourself out into one person or two people no more, because now you're treating everybody accordingly. And that's not a bad thing. I think that's actually healthy, because when you're pouring yourself into somebody and they're not pouring back into you, now your cup is empty. So you tired, you drained. Now you feel like I don't want to be nobody's fucking friend. Fuck all them bitches.
Everybody, I'm by myself. That's it.
You know what I mean? And I had to learn that. Like, I literally had to learn that, because I really am a person that really pours into other people's cup all the time. And I was so drained at one point. Like, I was just so drained. I was the friend that everybody was calling for rides, the friend that everybody was calling for this or for that. Can you teach my son this? Can you do this? Can you make me this? Can you do? And I just was not receiving nothing. I could be like, can you tell me what 1 + 1 is? And nobody, nothing, bitch. I can't talk to that.
I started measuring it with my kids, because, like, you know, you become a parent, you're like, things change in your life. So it's like you doing X, Y, and Z for the person, and then they have some kids, and you doing X, Y, and Z for their kids, and they haven't asked you nothing about nothing. Hey, you good? How your
Right.
kids doing? Nothing. They didn't say anything about anything. Then yes, it's enough for me. Like you gotta get somewhere and go. What you think, Queen K? You over there quiet?
Just listening to you guys. I mean, everything y'all saying is pretty much how I feel. Like, being a people pleaser also, like, it's hard pouring into other people, but you get to the point where you just want to see them happy. Like, you just want to be that good friend, but you got to think about what is it doing to you mentally. And I feel like everybody should go through that stage of when they reevaluate their circle, because you can't be around people that's draining you. Like, I would never cancel a friend if they are at their low point, because hell, I get to my low point. We're not perfect, but but I do want a friend who's gonna be there for me in my low point, just like I'm there for them in theirs.
Yes.
But it is very beneficial for us to reevaluate our circles with every season that we go through. Every time we elevate and change, our circles should change too. Like, we can't keep the same friends we had back in our childhood, because they're not going to grow with us. They're not meant to grow with us. And then that'll just hold us back. Like, I just feel like with friends, it should rotate. Like, just like you rotate your drawers, your friends should rotate just like that.
Yeah.
So what you guys are, right? What are you guys looking for? Like, if you had to go out, or like, let's just say, like, you felt like you wanted to make some new friends. When you go out scouting, what are you looking for? Like, how do you know, like, you want to be friends with that person? What quality?
It's hard for me.
Taking that.
It's hard for me to make friends because I'm really guarded about a lot of stuff. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. I've only been on the East Coast for like 3 years, and
The Midwest, where?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, deep town.
But
I don't even know what to talk about.
but it's really hard for me because I would be the type of person, like, I used to be the type of person, if you were nice to me, or if we had like one thing in common, you were my friend, and I didn't even like evaluate it. But if I wanted to look for a friend, I would need someone who's like-minded, who is on a woke level and doesn't look at me like I'm crazy when I talk about deep shit. Someone who is like not stuck in like, just wanting to like still live like we're in high school, because yes, we're getting older, and it takes a long time to realize that you're getting older. Like, shoot, I don't want to be 30, but I'm 30. But some
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's a beautiful age. Like, ever since I've turned 30 in July, so many epiphanies, so much more clarity. It's really like, you like, damn, I wish I would have known back then what I know now. Like, you really start to look like, I don't got to deal with that shit that I was dealing with in my 20s. But I just want somebody that is not drama. And that's why I asked y'all that question earlier, because I had a friend not Queen K, I had a friend that I was rocking with for so long, and she had a lot of down moments. And it's like, I'm like, this is my sister, I'm gonna pull her up. But it was just one thing that she did that I just could not rock with anymore. There was one time where like my life was at stake, and like I couldn't get to my phone, and she had basically called my sister back in Michigan, but you know what I'm saying, instead of calling my sister on three-way to, make sure I was okay, she called one of her family members and brought them into my drama. And that felt like you crossed the line. I don't know your family like that, and you told them something too personal. Like, she was just always here for drama and couldn't lift me up. That's what I need. Someone's going to lift me up.
And that's hard to spot sometimes. Like, it's hard to spot somebody that's like there for you or just there for the story. And it's really hard, because the person that's there for the story is always there. You could really confuse, like, this person being my friend, this person always being there for me, but little do you know, you really just there to be the next subject for them to talk about when you're not around. And this hardest part to, oh my God, that's hard to go through. Like, and it's good that you notice that, like, oh no, sis, see, this is not that, you gotta go. Oh, it's good that you do all that. What about you, Queen K? How do you feel about that question?
Me going out and talking to people, I am like an introvert. I stay to myself. I don't.
We about to all be friends, because I don't mingle.
Like, for me, it take a minute for me to open up to people because I have this wall up because I just feel like I need to know how you really are first. Like first impressions mean a lot to me. Like that's how I go based off of who my friend is. But if I was out looking for a friend, it would have to be somebody, like she said, like-minded. I can't hang around somebody that's still thinking about high school or high school drama or who dating who or who doing stuff that I wouldn't normally do, because then we don't have nothing in common. If you're going to the club every weekend and I'm at home every weekend
with the kids.
Like, sis, like, I got kids. I can't.
Right. Like, I can't go, sis. I can't.
So, yeah, it has to be somebody like-minded. I'm a spiritual person, so I would like for them to be spiritual because I don't want you to judge me based off of who I serve. You know, I do believe in a higher power. God is my friend. So, hey, that's just me. It would have to be somebody that can understand and relate to me.
Yeah. I meant to say I'm spiritual too. Yep.
It's uplifting. I'm not the type of woman that will down the next woman. Right. I walk around, even though like I say to myself, I'm like, oh, you pretty. Oh, you nice. I like what you got. That's me. Like, I don't need nobody like, oh, look what she got on. That's not me. I'm not the gossiping type. I'm not the one for drama. That's not me at all. So it would have to be somebody like-minded. I want to surround myself with people that's like-minded so I can elevate. When your circle is strong and powerful, you don't have a choice but to rise up.
Right.
Yep. They become your village. So I agree with all of that you guys were saying. I feel like a friend criteria for me is definitely somebody who's intellectual. Like, you have to be able to be talking to me, telling me something for my mind to elevate, for me to be able to be your friend. Somebody, like you said, like-minded. I am an extrovert, so I can be friends with introverts. One of my best friends is Muslim, and I am not. And she's also an introvert, and I'm not. But we are best friends forever. So somebody that can just be along with me, like just be there for the ride. Someone's definitely loyal with anything. Somebody who can have fun if you need to have fun. And if we go out, we party. Somebody that needs to definitely party and be okay with me partying if I'm partying. But somebody who's definitely loyal and somebody who can definitely be my friend through anything.
So for me, I need somebody that is supportive, like you guys mentioned before. I would like to have somebody that is like-minded, like me. Like, I'm an introvert, and I do not like going out to the club. I don't like to be in crowds.
Oh, she don't.
So I don't like to be in crowds, and I need someone patient because I have a very strong personality. I tend to say what's on my mind. I'm not one of them friends that be like, I'm gonna tell you how it is. So I need you to be patient and be understanding. Like, girl, I'm only telling you this because I love you. Like, I just need one of them type of friends, and I need a type of friend that is very understanding, because I got a couple personalities. Like, one minute I might want to be your friend today, and bitch, I might not want to be your friend tomorrow. But just bear with me, because I might want to be your friend again. Just give me a minute.
That part.
Exactly. You gotta know your friends.
You gotta know your friends.
You gotta know when they need a minute, and you gotta be like, all right. You gotta know if they cursing you out. My friend of 20 years be cussing me out, but I'd be like, she going through something. It's okay. I'm gonna call her back tomorrow and cuss her right back out. Like, what is you talking about? Because don't talk to me like that. But I know you love me though, so it's okay. I
love hard, but I'm very truthful too. Like, I'm gonna tell you, girl, you know that shit wasn't right. That ain't right. So
I got to add like a fun mother too. Like, if you're not a mother, but like if you do decide to have kids and stuff like that, like, you got to be awesome mom. Like, I want to be able to share those things with you and talk to you about stuff and stuff like that.
That's for me. Like, I like now in this part of my life, I'm looking for friends that are kind of like in relationships, just like, I don't know, like, I just would like to have them friends that like, let's go on a double date. Like, let's do this, let's do that. I would like to have those type of friends, but that's not like a main requirement, but it would be nice. You know what I mean? Like, to have somebody to do double date with. I never did double date, and I always wanted to.
You want me to come? I'm gonna go with myself.
Ma'am, no thank you.
All right, I'm gonna find somebody real quick.
Nice. I do like to have that have children as well, because I'm the type of person, like, if I'm going out, 9 times out of 10, I would rather go out and do something with the kids.
Period.
You know, I'm the person that, even if I don't have the kids, I go to the zoo. I like to do kid stuff. I'm still a child.
I do too. I like well, I'm an educator, so I love doing stuff like
Me
that
too.
and learning about stuff. Like, I get more excited about, oh, you seen the Groupons for the circus, rather than like a new T-shirt or somebody on Instagram talking crap. Like, I'm like,
Right.
here. But send me that Groupon though, sis. Like, that's what I need.
That is me. I am an educator, and I love dealing with my kids, being with my kids.
Okay, educator.
But yeah, that's me. Like, that's when I was saying, like, when you gotta find people like-minded. Like, I want to be able to do stuff with our kids. Like, I love play dates. Somebody tell me, oh, let's get the kid, cool girl, let's meet at a park. Like, that's me. I need somebody like that versus somebody like, oh, let's meet at the club. Like, me and Complex is like the cool auntie. Like, my kids adore her, especially my son. Like, he don't even want me to be her friend. He loves her. Like, he like,
don't they betray you? You be like, what? I'm your mother.
I was like, this is my friend first. Like, before you was born, this was mine. But no,
right.
He adore her. Like, I'm telling you, that's why this friendship is just solid. Like, we done went through our ups and downs, but we know how
to navigate the journey with you.
Yeah, like, we can discuss anything at this point. Like, we'll cool off, because I know, you know, me and her, we have our ways where we'll just shut down when we arguing, but then we'll call each other back like, bitch, look, let me tell you, okay? Look, I don't like that.
Yes, like me and Ish, we haven't been friends that long. What is it, like 5-6 years?
Hey, that's still a long time.
Like that. But we had a moment, and we had a mutual friend who brought us together, and we had a moment, and it was a serious moment, but we came back and we made this podcast, and I haven't talked to her before the issue got resolved, and we started the podcast in June, I think it was, of this year, and we just came back like it was never left, like, just like, oh, hey, girl, you want the podcast? All right, good. What's your number? What's going on? Like, what's going on in your life? What's going on with the kids? Like, it just went back to normal. Like, nothing ever happened, and it's no bad blood. So that's another thing. Like, just know your friends, understand your tolerances and your levels of what you want to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate, and just be okay. Cool.
You have to pick the perfect friend for you. So now, as an adult, it's very important to, like, make sure that you are doing screens. Like, since you gotta work for my friendship, you gotta work for as an adult, because I don't throw my energy off. Like, my energy gets thrown off very easily. So very protective of who I'm now. I have a set of twins. I have a 6-year-old. I have a 10-year-old. So it says you can't be coming over here with that negativity, because I got all these girls. I gotta have my mindset and my energy positive for my household. So I'm very protective of who I allow in my space and who I allow to be my friend. I'm not so much as guarded anymore as I was before, but it's just now I just focus on who I'm gonna call my friend nowadays, because this ain't that. You gotta earn this friendship. I'm a
Right.
Oh gosh.
You definitely have to protect your energy, because it does bounce off from one person to the next, and then onto your kids and everybody else in your family. And, you know, people get involved in stuff that they shouldn't be involved in, and it's just a mess. So just be careful knowing who your friends are.
And be part of a topic that I want to discuss in friendship, and I wanted to ask you guys, like, how do you guys handle disagreements within your friendship? Like, and then how do you forgive? Do you forgive and forget, or do we forgive and we remember in the back of our head, like, sis, hold up, what are we doing?
I'm going last.
So, okay. Queen K says that we have these up and down relationships. I really don't remember. I don't think we ever really argue like that, because it's like we were, how can I put it? That was like my safe haven. And it's like, that was a friendship, like her friendship is like one that I never wanted to mess up, because like we were always around each other. I just think that whenever we were going through our own personal stuff, we didn't know how to be there for each other. So we would kind of distance, like, okay, I'm going to let you, you know what I'm saying, go do what you got to do. And you going to, you know, let me do what I got to do, then we'll come back. But we did have like a little disagreement a couple of weeks ago where I'm the type of person, when a person comes to me about something, I always try to find a solution instead of just, listening. And I was just saying, like, you need to do this, this, and that. And Queen K got irritated with me, like, I'm going to call you back. And, because I value that friendship, I had to sit and reflect. And I'm like, you know what? That was wrong. I know that you don't always want to hear advice. You just want a listening ear. I said, I need to work on that. Like, I really admitted my
had to
wrong.
learn that the hard way, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's like, I be just sitting there, like, if a person comes to me, I feel like I'm being rude if I just sit there and give a listening ear and don't say nothing. But, I asked her, I was like, from now on, whenever you come to me, just let me know what you need from me before I jump off the ledge. I just had to admit my wrongs because I care about her. But yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful friendship, girl. I'm about it when
20 years 15 years, right?
Yep, 15 years.
We've had, what, I guess we can't count them because we had arguments when we were younger. Like now, we did get into it a lot when we were younger, but like you said, it was because of our personal issues. But now how we deal with them, I forgive and forget. Like once me and her air it out, because we don't leave a problem we don't just say, all right, well, you agree with this, I agree with this, we just gonna leave it alone. No, we actually to the root of it. Like we try to figure it out because we don't want it popping up. We don't want this in the back of our minds. We try to hash it out like your heart clear, my heart clear, we good. That's how we do it. Because I just feel like that's just too much. You don't want to ruin a friendship because you got all this past stuff in your mind. So me and her air out everything. Everything, like even if it's ugly, we done cried on the phone together before. Like I know my mouth reckless, her mouth reckless, but even through that, like, look, what you said hurt my feelings, and she like,
hurt my feelings too.
So, but we'll end up after we done talked about it, we'll end up laughing, and then we back like we never left. Like we go through our stuff, but then at the end of the day, we both understand it. We know where each other is in life, so we don't hold it against each other. We understand each other a lot better now that we are older. I really feel like our age has something to do with why this friendship is so strong. Because before that podcast too, girl, that podcast is all the way together. Like I didn't know
it's not as easy as people think, right?
I mean, no, it's like you learn so much about each other, you know what I'm saying? And like that's another reason why we have to air things out, because it's like not only are you my sister, you're my business partner. And I take both serious. And it's like I'm not about to sit up here and give you the silent treatment and then Monday come you can hear it in our voice on the thing.
Girl, we had to learn that, right, Ish?
Yes. So
people really will pick up on it. Like the camera really captures that. Like it really captures that. And we had to learn that the damn hard way. Shit.
We sure did.
It really captures that. And it's really hard to work with somebody that you still got this animosity towards. Like it's really hard to work because you be like, bitch, I don't feel like it today, not today. And you be like, you can't say that today. Like it's so draining.
Like you gotta like me.
Energy. Like that fake energy is draining. Like you basically acting all day long. I don't feel like that. Not today.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
That's deep. You really have to
Right.
Yes, but I had to learn that also the hard way. Complex Angel. Like I am the friend that always wants to fix people. I'm that way naturally without even being your friend. Like I'm gonna try to find a solution. Any job I've had, I've stayed after my hours trying to figure out how to work for the next day, make it easier for the team. Oh, we need something done. I got it. That's me. Like I'm that person.
Right.
So it's like it's hard to dumb that down without diminishing myself, who I am. So I had to learn that from a friend or whatever. And I actually asked another very close friend of mine's, like, am I tripping? Like, did I do something wrong? Because like all I did was say what she should do or something like that, or suggestions, because we knew each other almost 20 years now. So I'm like, all right, I should be able to be like, hey girl, maybe you should work on this, maybe you should work on that. But it was a situation with children. So, that's a little touchier subject. And after being a friend and listening to stuff on the phone all the time, like you're hearing, oh, this is getting on my nerves, or this is hurting me, or this is, when my friend hurts, I hurt. So it's like, all right, well, maybe you should try this. This worked for me, stuff like that. So you can't you can't be there. You can't do that for your friend or whatever. So I'm just like, all right. I told her what I wanted to do, and she took it as like I was being really judgy in the situation, and I had to reflect and be like, okay, I don't think that I was being judgy, but I understand why you're saying that.
Yeah.
So I had to like reflect and talk to some other friends and family and see like that also know her or whatever to see what the problem was and stuff like that. So now I said it, what you said, like I asked her like, well, what do you need from me? Or I just sit there and just am quiet so I can let her know.
Right.
But then it backfired one time too, because like I'm sitting there quiet and they like, you're not listening to me. I'm like, I am though. Like, what you want me to do, sis? I'm trying to navigate this thing. Like,
right.
so, but we overcame it, and like you said, it's like little disagreements and stuff like that come over the years. We're human, so we learn how to, be a part of somebody else's life. So
yeah,
just communicate, like you guys said. Always talk about your feelings. Always talk about stuff you need, and I think all disagreements can be worked out.
Yeah.
Communication.
Me, I like disagreement. I only got about 4 friends. So with my 4 friends, when I have disagreements, like I said, I have a very strong personality. So sometimes I'll be needing to just take a break. Like I'm really good. I'm really big on taking breaks. Like if it's something like really, really like huge, we can't seem to like work through it right now. I'm really big on, all right, let's take a break. Let's just take a pause, and maybe we could just come back and figure, especially if we at the stage now where we just saying shit to hurt each other's feelings.
Yes. When it gets ugly.
Like, let's take a break, and then we'll just come back. Like, me and my friend, we took a couple breaks. We always take
We took some breaks too, Ish.
break, okay? Listen, one. There ain't no more. We ain't doing this again. Because it's hard. Like, it'd be like, damn, like, why can't we never just sit down and really just discuss and get through it and understand where the other person is coming from without it being such a big thing? And it seemed like maybe I'm the problem because it's always me. I don't know. But it just seemed like I said, sometimes I just be having to take breaks from friendships because I'm not the type of person that hold back anything. Like, I don't hold back. It's not that I say the first thing that comes to my head. I definitely do filter some stuff, but I'm not the type of person to sugarcoat it. So I'm going to tell you how it is. And liking that all the time. Like y'all said, sometimes when y'all just blurt stuff out, that's like that for me too. Like, I mean, bitch, you ain't need to be with his ass. I told you to leave his ass.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not supportive, or I'm not this, and they'd be like, yeah, I am supportive of you and what makes you happy and what's for you and your growth. But if it's something that's holding you back, I'm not going to continue to entertain. And people like that. Not a lot of people are at that stage where they can just realize that something is holding them back. And maybe I need to realize that, like, since you got to be a little bit more, patient with people. But I don't have the patience to listen to the same story 46 times. So
no, I get it. Yeah.
I'm just one to just like, all right, well, if we having this big disagreement and then we hurting each other's feelings by saying shit, then maybe we don't need to be friends right now. We need to just take a break because we're not valuing our friendship.
Right.
Yeah. Like you said, it should be a way to be able to have a safe haven and talk to your friend when it really is becoming an issue. Like, if your friend is hurting and you're hurting and you standing by just seeing it, like, you're not going to not say anything. So if I'm not able to talk to you or say what I need to say to either help you or just help you realize something is not right, then we not friends. Like, it just is what it is. And if you can't hear me in the moment, I understand that also. And I will take a break or like let you like fall. One of our comments said sometimes you gotta let people fall, and that's just sometimes that is. And it's the best way. It's like tough love. Like, I love you so much, but you're not hearing it from me or you're not receiving it from me. So figure it out, and I'll be here when you're ready.
Realize that they're hurting you. Not so much.
Yes.
I had to take breaks from a friendship just because they didn't realize that, like, when I came to them about, like, listen, you haven't really been being the friend that I know that you can be, the friend that I know you are lately, instead of being able to understand that and realize within themselves that, like, oh shit, bitch, you're right. It was just more so that they felt attacked, and that's not what it was. So it led to a whole nother argument. And like I said, we got to the stage where we was hurting each other's feelings. And I was just like, listen, like, all right, well, then we need to take a break. And then we both came back I realized, because sometimes I was the problem. I ain't gonna lie. Most of the times I was. And I think that like one of the things that go back to being a good friend is realizing that you are the problem. Because like I had to realize that I was the problem with one of my friendships, and I went back to her plenty of times when we had our breaks. Like, listen, sis, I love you. I'm sorry. Like, bitch, what you been doing lately? I miss you.
Right.
Oh, like, since you miss me too, or no? And thing, like, you know, you like, sis, I'm sorry. You realize when it's time to say sorry when you was wrong. But I don't like when people don't do that for me. Like, sis, realize that you was wrong too, and that you said some things that hurtful too. And you know, own your shit.
Yes,
That part, yeah.
part right
Own-
Yeah.
there.
But
I
I
For
need
got
to
sure.
forgive and forget. Like I forgive and forget, but I feel like you gotta earn that. So
yeah.
I'm gonna say both, because like if our friendship is strong enough and we've been friends for a long time, I'm gonna forgive and forget like it never happened. I'm not gonna hold nothing against you. But if you are a new friend, I'm gonna forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget just yet, because I need to see what patterns you about to play in my life real fast. And then you to do those same things, then sis, see, I knew I shouldn't have forgot, because I need to cut your ass off.
You gotta know the
Yeah.
people that gotta be
But
there for a season.
let that go. I can forget because you never did it again. Okay, sis is a true friend. She learned her lesson. She didn't do it anymore. And okay, girl, hey friend.
We rocking and rolling. Okay, friend. Hey, friend. But yeah, you gotta know who's there for a season. Who you can categorize your friends. You know, you have that party friend. You know, you have that friend that's going to talk to you real and give you advice. Like, I consider myself having two best friends, and I know one of my best friends is most like me, party, ready to go, anything like that. And my other best friend is the advice friend, like my mirror. Like, girl, what the fuck is you doing? You stupid. That was stupid. Like, she's that girl, and I'd be like, oh, all right. Like, but my other friend is like, all right, you want to go get a drink? Like, what's up? Like, we out.
Right.
So you just gotta know who is who and like categorize them.
Yeah.
And I gotta go recategorize my 4 friends.
Do y'all think we give each other safe spaces to mourn over friendships we lost? Issa Rae did an article about how we don't give each other safe spaces to like really mourn a friendship. Like that was a relationship. I'd be like, you know, like we always just like fuck it. Like the girl that I fell out with that I've known since middle school, I still feel some type of way sometimes, but it's like it is what it is. Cause I sent a long message to her basically saying like it was like Ish, like, yo, when we fall out, we talk shit about each other, you know what I'm saying? We say hurtful shit to each other when we are friends, like we're just too toxic. And I thought that, you know, I thought it would open up the conversation to see if we could save the friendship. She fucking deleted me and didn't respond back. So I was like, okay, you know,
That was
damn,
her answer.
this relationship was fucking wasteful. But do you think we give each other a safe space to mourn friendships that we
I don't
lose?
think we do. Like, I honestly don't think we do, because even when I was taking a break from one of my girlfriends, I was really hurt. Like, I was so hurt. I cried. I really missed her. I really was missing her, and I was so hurt. And I was talking to my husband about it. He wasn't my husband at the time. I think we was engaged. Yeah, we was engaged, and I was talking to him about it. He was just like, "That ain't your friend. That's not your friend. And get over it. You crying. She ain't over there crying. You think she over there crying?" And
That just made you more mad. Like, she's not crying, is she?
Yeah, it's crazy.
like, you think he thought it was helping, in the sense I understood where he was coming from, because he felt like, don't waste your energy on somebody that's not even thinking about you. And I get that, but at the same time, like you said, this is like a relationship. This person was a part of my life. This was the person I shared all my secrets with. This was the person I called like, bitch, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Only got 4 friends. So when I lose one, it's like but I don't think we give each other the space to like mourn it. I think when somebody comes to us saying that they lost a friend, we so quick to just be like, bitch, fuck them. They wasn't your friend anyway. And all alone, they really probably was your friend, but y'all just going through a little phase or a little tough time right now. So
Yeah.
I agree.
I definitely agree. That is so true. I don't think we do give each other that space to mourn, only because we don't want to see our friend hurting over nobody. So at that point, I know for me, like when Complex told me that she sent that message, I'm like, man, fuck her, and she'll get over it. She was like, no, I really want her to understand where I'm coming from, you know. And I'm like, again, fuck her. You want no friend. So,
I get that.
right though, I was right, because she's not.
Yeah.
But,
She's not.
but I didn't give her that safe space to be like, oh my God, you know, I missed this about her, I missed that, and I'm like, yeah, well, y'all did have that. I kind of like cut it short, like, okay, next, what we doing now? So I do think it's beneficial to give that morning, you know, to let your friend know that it's okay, you know, when they lose something like that, because they had years of friendship. Like before me, they were friends. So I should have took it better instead of how I did, but I was happy when she told me that.
Yeah. Queen K knew I was holding on to something.
Your real true friends, they be knowing, like they know when somebody's
Yeah.
not right for you. It's just like that mom when they know, like, that ain't your friend.
Yep.
You know, your mom or your dad had that conversation with you. They be knowing, they foresee things before anything happens. Like when I had my falling out with one of my close friends, and like it was like those cousins that grow up on your block or whatever, and like it never was the same. Like we had a whole fight and everything, like physically, and they came back, they was apologetic and stuff like that. They were trying to talk and get back into our good graces, because I'm a good ass friend. So like they wanted you back or whatever, but I just, like I was telling them, I was like, I accept the apology, but it's never ever going to be the same. Like y'all broke my fucking heart. Like it's that's it. Like y'all was like family. So it's just like it's never ever going to be the same. And I agree that we don't give each other space to grieve and stuff like that. And I feel like that's like kind of society too, with their own traumas, putting it off on somebody else, like, oh, you just need to leave them alone, like subconsciously telling yourself what you want yourself to know back when that happened to you, and you didn't even do that. So why tell somebody else, like, yeah, Phil, it's okay, don't be their friend, it's okay. Like, no, that's a whole person I loved and cared for, so why would I just be okay? So, and I think it's also important to like just give them communication, like the person that hurt you, let them know that shit hurt, like you hurt me. And I think that helped with the people that I no longer speak to, like they know that it's not that no more, like, because I let them know, like, y'all hurt me, like it's dead, like that's not gonna be.
I had some friendships that I didn't really get closure from, or that I'm not even gonna say I didn't get closure from. I didn't really care to get closure from it, but like I do think some people probably do deserve to know, like, why I just don't fuck with them no more. And it don't take much for me, like, realize now because I'm older and I'm grown as fuck, okay? So I don't tolerate a lot of stuff anymore, and that was really hard for me to learn. But after my wedding, like it was a whole my friends, I just felt like, yeah, we not friends, and we not gonna be more after this, and it's not nothing, like even if we was to be friends, it's not gonna be the same again. So now, like that's why I had asked earlier, like, can people go back to being associates? Because I just feel like I know them, I was associated with them at one point, but I would never consider them a friend anymore because of the shit that they did. And I'm kind of glad that they did what they did, because it showed me like
who they are.
Like that wasn't a friendship. I was convenience.
Yes.
We had a comment that said, why do we have to tell the other person? Like, why do they have to know?
I feel like telling somebody that they hurt you is more for you and not that person, because you keep that in your mind. Like you think about it every, like, just randomly, like. But if you getting all that shit off your chest and you letting that bitch know, you know that bitch know, but you know that you hurt my fucking. You know what you did wrong, and I see what I had to say, and it's off of your chest now. Instead of you carrying it around, you basically just threw it onto them, like, bitch, now the ball's in your court.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't tell anymore after doing that long message and didn't get nothing in return, because some people aren't ready to hear the truth. If you want to know, I'll tell you, but you already know what you did. You want to play amnesia. You're not ready for it. It all depends on the person. You know, you gotta look at. Yeah, you gotta observe, like, what was the conflict like before? You know what I'm saying? Like, did they get defensive before? It's some people you can't tell them about themselves because they'll take it as an attack. So I'll be like, I distance myself. Are you acting funny? No, I'm just living life. Did I do something wrong? Well, let me fucking tell you. That's what it is. You can let them know. Yeah, so yeah, I'm telling you.
That's
I
for
agree
me.
because like it is for you. Like I think that a conversation needs to be had for the person that you care about. Like if it's like just somebody that maybe just got to be your friend, or like you haven't really been through any journeys, or loyalty hasn't been tested, they don't really you don't owe them anything, or you don't need anything back from them. But a person that's been through your journeys and knows a lot of stuff about you that you really consider your friend, like those people, I think need a exit conversation. Like,
yeah,
you need to know what's going on. So you don't do it to anybody else too. Like you need to know. Maybe you read me wrong. Maybe you didn't understand my personality or something like that, or my communication. But I'm gonna let you know what you did to me, and I didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah. It is. I feel like it like you said, when the friendship matters, it is, you talking to them about them hurting your feelings, it does matter. I think it should be said, even if they're going to be confrontational, because like she said, like each said, it's shifting that weight off of me and onto you, because I'm the type of person, I'll hold a lot of stuff in, but then I'll let it out on the wrong person. And I don't want to ever feel like that. So I'm going to tell you what you did to me, because I'm not about to hold this in and make myself sick. So whether you take it or you don't, like if you take it the wrong way, then we about to be fighting. But if you take it, we okay,
That's me too. Like I bottle it in and it comes out.
I feel like a real friend will understand that how you feel is valid. Like they won't try to mess over you. Like if their friendship ever meant something to them, when you tell them how they made you feel, they'll value how you felt, and they'll apologize for it, or they might part ways. Cool. But at the end of the day, I do feel like you should, at least with your close friends, let them know they did something.
Because that shows your characteristics, who you are. That shows that you were strong enough to be like, you value that relationship, you value that friendship. So why not give them a conversation?
Yeah.
Just because.
So how do you guys handle disagreements amongst a group of friends? So if it's not just you, it's not just two of you, but maybe let's just say 4 or 5 of you are friends. Like, how do you guys handle disagreements amongst the group? Like, if one person is mad at somebody, are we all mad at them, or are we just like, I don't bitch it out, or what we doing?
Oh, my younger days,
yes.
In high school, that's how I was. Like, we were all a group of friends, right? And all of us, I don't even remember the reason, but we all fell out with Complex. Like, it was just like, oh, you're not talking to him? Okay, I'm not either then. Like, it was so childish now that I think about it. But now, like, I don't have a group of friends. Complex is the friend. That's it. Like, that's it. Like, if me and her fall out, I don't know what I'm going to do. So back then I did go with like the majority, like, oh, okay, so we all F her. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's how I used to handle it. Now I don't know how to handle it because I don't have a group of friends. Hell, it's just me here in Detroit. Complex left me, okay?
Oh, you there? I was going to ask where you from. You sound like you got an accent.
Right. Detroit is country.
Yes,
I've just
K.
heard.
I was like, where's your? I'm like, what is? I'm trying to figure it out as you keep on talking. I'm like, North Carolina, no. Maybe Florida. I'm thinking in my head like maybe something else. No. Okay, D-town again. Okay. But no, I agree with you, Queen K. Like, I think that's the immature way to go. Like, you have to look at people as individuals. They're not a group of people. Yes, y'all are a group of friends, but individually, you guys bring something to the table. It's not just as a group. That's who we are, and that's what it is. Like, you have to look at each person. You have to look at the other person's perspective as well, and try to evaluate. But yeah, back in the day when we was in high school, we definitely was like, oh, fuck that bitch. Like, we don't like her today. All right, we unfollowing her. All right, you unfollow her too. Like, don't even know what happened, or don't even understand the story or the backstory, what she did. She could have did something horrible, murdered somebody, and y'all just riding just because. Like, no. I think it's definitely important to just like hear everybody's side and just go from there.
Yeah, I agree. I think the same way. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person like, bitch, that's y'all. That's y'all. That's still my fucking friend. Bitch, y'all gonna be friends.
Yep.
No, you ain't friends with her today. Why? Which one you gonna be her friend? Be friends tomorrow. Like, I feel like if you know the friendship amongst a group of friends, like, you're always falling out, and you always her friend. You always her friend. How you gonna call me and tell me you ain't her friend before you call her and tell her you ain't her friend? See, y'all friends.
Hell of time don't even be knowing that you. That's another thing. That's like another reason why you need to have the conversation, because the other person don't even be knowing sometimes. Like, oh, I didn't even know we wasn't friends. My bad. Like, I didn't know. Like,
I don't care if we are friends. Like, we are friends. Because I feel like once, like, if you stop being that friend because the other person is not her friend, I feel like if I experience that, I feel like I wouldn't want to be that person's friend no more. Like, if you stop being my friend because Johnny is not my friend no more, then me and you will never be friends again. Like, that's how I feel. But that's how I felt at one point in time with one of my friends. But I had to realize that, like, her loyalty was to our other friend because they was friends longer, and I understood that. I was still hurt because I felt like we was friends too. Like, bitch, what about me? I know I wasn't.
Right.
She talking about me. But yeah, it was like, it's a mutual friends type of situation, and the friend, like my friend of almost 20 years, brought us together. So it was like, I don't really know you that well yet. So I'm gonna just have to side with the loyal friend. Like, that's my sis. Like, I didn't even ask any questions though. So that's why I'm saying, like, you gotta go back and ask questions. And I didn't consider her feelings as well too. And I was like, oh, okay, I know that I was like friend level like that to you. So now we understand. And I'm like, okay.
I'm not her friend. Don't invite her out if you invite her with you. I ain't.
She talking about she take breaks. She took a long break. She was like, I don't even know you.
I was hurt. I was really hurt. I felt like dang, like did my friendship not matter to you? Like, hurt. So I didn't want to be a friend. But then I like you said, the podcast brought us back together, and it was like, oh, well, I don't want to be her friend no more. That's stupid. All right, bitch, we friends, because I forget. Damn, like,
like, yeah, it's okay. Like, you know you love me. I just come back in with the love. Like, I don't even care what's going on. I just be like, I'm here. You love me. Like, let's move on. We going.
She lucky I like her a little bit.
Love you too.
But I am the type of friend that just be like, bitch, I don't care about that, because I feel like I don't want the other person to be hurt when I want to be their friend again. You know what I mean? So I tend to mind my business. Like, bitch, you ain't her friend. All right, well, call me when you her friend again, and I'm gonna call her like.
definitely is the neutral person, like the buffer, like in between. And I think that's important. That's maturity. Like, you have to be able to hear people.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because I'm the hot-headed one. So for me to be the neutral one at the same time, I'd be like, damn, bitch, y'all got me working all these personalities. Like, I can't. This is hard.
Right.
A comment says sometimes friendships are stronger with the person you met through the friendship. I don't know what they're trying to say. I guess stronger than the friend that's new versus the friend that you know a long time.
Yeah. It can, but that is a true statement. But then again, too, it seems stronger because everybody brings a different dynamic to the friendship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the three of us are friends, and even though them two have been friends longer, we all bring something different to the friendship. Maybe you love that friend, but you can't vent to her like you need to, so you can vent to the other friend. So like, you know what I mean? It's not that you like that person more. It's just that who you can go to for what you need at the moment. You know what I mean?
And sometimes groups of friends have like a mutual understanding of the person. Like, you know that, all right, this person is going through stuff and they're going to react this way. So the other friend knows that too. So you're like, all right, let me confide in the other friend that also knows that, because I can't talk to the friend that's reacting this way, or, and I don't want to awaken the beast or something like that. Like, any type of situation. So you confide in another friend or another group of friends, but y'all all mutual friends. So definitely don't just side with anybody. Always hear the person out.
Yeah, it'd be hard sometimes, like, being a friend of a mutual friend, because you don't want your mutual to be mad that y'all friends. Like, she gonna be mad at friends. Like, I don't want her to be mad. But I'm the type of person, like I said, bitch, fuck it. Because at this point, sis,
yeah, my best friend is territorial, and I'd be like, girl, you gotta grow up. Like, we gonna get new friends, and it's okay. And I want you to go, because I'm not like that. Like, I'm cool with that person's friends. Like, like, we're not. I wouldn't consider them a friend, they're your friends, but I can be in a party with them or I can be around them because you love them. So I have to kind of look at who you love too. Like, okay, all right, I see them, you know, until they cross you or cross me, then it's good riddance for them. Then I'm like, I told you. I told you.
I said I told you so, but girl, I told you.
But I give everybody a chance. But my friend is definitely territorial, and she be mad when I be having friends. I'm like,
yeah,
that's me.
I'm not gonna tell her about her. I ain't gonna tell her about her.
That is me all the way. When Complex be like, so I got this friend. No, you don't. That ain't no friend.
Yeah, straight like, no, you don't. She tell me all the time. She's like, that's not your friend. I be like, that is
I didn't
though.
know that was to the territorial, but I be like that too. Girl, that is not your. You got a what? Bitch, that is not your friend.
That is me. Yeah.
Do not call me with that negativity, because that is not your friend.
I be like, you better get yourself together because I'm having a party and all y'all coming.
Yeah.
Because like I said, now I'm at the age where I realize you can't just be throwing that title around loosely. That is not. You don't know her. She don't know you.
Yeah.
She knows you want her to know.
She just got here. She got to go through.
So
she got to go through training.
Yeah, she got to go through training. 90 days.
90-day probation.
Okay, it's not your friend. We don't know her. She don't know us. We don't.
That sounds just like me. Oh my god.
Yeah, she don't know us. Like, no, sis, it's not us.
It is us. That's our friend. No, it's not our friend. Can we sit down and talk to her at brunch? I don't know her. You can talk to that girl. You don't know her. Disturbing room and what?
No, I'll say Queen K, she is very territorial, but when she met my boyfriend, she was accepting of him. But she did tell him, listen, we have a relationship and you have to respect it.
Oh, that's a whole nother level. Men come in the picture, I be like, I will kill you. Okay? Like, no cap. Like, I will kill you. Just let you know.
Right.
Now, it's hard to be a friend when you're in a relationship too, because when you first get into like the new relationships, that's your boo, you obsessed with them. Bitch, you don't even call me no more. You look at the little boyfriend. You don't know your friend. So
I am guilty of that. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too, because I be all in love. I was all in love.
Yeah, like you be all in love. You be like, oh yeah, my bad friend. Like you don't do it intentionally. You love your friend, of course, or your best friend or whatever. But it's just like you got another dynamic. You got another love in your life that you gotta take care of. So you be like, oh yeah, trying to invite them out to the out, and she be calling you like, you want to go to brunch? Oh yeah, I'm gonna see if such and such coming. I didn't ask him.
Yeah.
I don't want him, just you. You be like, oh, how I'm gonna tell him I need to go somewhere by myself? Like,
we be forgetting all about our friends when we get into these new relationships. Y'all. Nobody even believed me when I told them I was in a relationship. They're like, bitch, stop lying.
I try to find a common balance. I do. I used to be that person that would put my friends on the back burner, but my boyfriend be like, yo, go have fun. Because, he want to play 2K sometimes, but I like that. So, like, when Queen K would call me, she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Girl, listen, what? I haven't talked to you. I see him all the time. He know you long distance. What? Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, that's good that you have a partner that understand that wants you to have friends and still, have your life alongside of them. So
yeah, it'd be hard now because, like I said, I'm in a phase where I have to find new friends. I only got 4 friends, and
so you are blessed.
Yes, I am.
Yep.
2 of my friends though are from college, and like our relationship, our lives is a little bit different. They had kids, so they joined the club. But still, like, our lifestyles are different. Like, they're extroverts, so they like going out. They love being at the parties. They love doing all that stuff, and I'm just not. Like, sis, don't invite. I don't have nothing to wear to the party. Where my mom? Not go. So like, I'll be looking for friends that's now, like I said, that's like kind of introvert like me, or that just want to do like mom activities, or that just want to go to the zoo and like
keep talking about this zoo.
Cause I like weird stuff like that. So I'm trying to find some weird friends, because all my friends is too lit. Like
it's not weird. It's just life.
Oh, it's just not the norm. So it's considered weird because I want to go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo.
I like the zoo. We going.
All right, we going. Let's plan the trip with the kids.
But yeah, you just got all these girls, and like I need some boys. I need some boys around my baby.
Laid back like me, like just like laid back. And then my other two friends, these two, her and our mutual.
She got the other girls, so.
Yeah. But like, I'm
like, I felt some type of way. I ain't get no invite to the sleepover, but it's a sleepover, so I understood, but I was still mad.
I told you to have a girl.
Thought I was too, Lord. I was in that doctor's office crying. The nurse was like, "You want me to get somebody? No, just leave me alone, okay?" I thought it was a girl, but I'm happy. I don't want no girls. They talk too much.
Child, my twins like I think. I'm like, yeah, it ain't time to start talking like that yet. Sit down. Yeah, but I think we hit on a lot of things about friendships. Do anybody want to like throw some last minute questions that's on you guys' mind, or anybody in the comments want to throw some things out there, or do we think we hit on everything?
I think it was good. I love having you guys on. You guys
this was dope. This was really dope.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go, guys, can you guys tell our followers where they can find you guys at and where they can listen to you guys' podcasts?
You can find me on Instagram at complex_angel90. Or you can also follow us on our other Instagram page at Queens with Vibes and Visions. And you can find us on Spotify under Queens, but you have to put W/ because people can't find it when they type out WITH with Vibes and Visions. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, some other ones that I really don't know, Radio Breaker.
Just say everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Wherever you want to hear them at.
Yeah. All the streaming services, we there.
Oh, and then every Monday night at 7 p.m., you can call in to hear us on Blog Talk Radio. If you follow our Instagram page, you'll see the flyer and the topic that we'll be discussing for Monday. We also share our highlights on there as well. I run that page, and then I also have my own personal page, which is Ayo_Darkskin, but it's DRKSKIN. So if you want to, I would like followers. It's cool.
Yes, we coming. We going to come over there and send you some people.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna have to get y'all to come on. Like seriously, me and Queen, we gonna talk after this and find like we just gonna like trying to pin y'all in to like our next season. Like, come on in.
Yes, we would love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, B, tell us about yourself, sis, because we don't even know.
This is for our guests.
Anyway, hey viewers, now tell them now.
All right. Okay. Since you insist, I'm Brianna or B. I'm a preschool teacher as well. Have been for about 10 years or so. Trying to figure out life right now since the pandemic hit, and we are learning that we're not as essential as we thought we were.
Yes.
So, trying to figure that out. Have a 5-year-old son. I am a single mother also. And just trying to just do right by him. He goes to a private school. He's actually going into school. So it's all about him right now. And then also me trying to do self-care, self-love, and just revamp my life and switch over to some things. The pandemic was definitely like a blessing. So this it just helps me like think about stuff that I want to do or needed to do and just have not yet done because I just been working since I was 14 and just working just to work and working and just working. So I'm trying to not do that as I'm not working right now because of the pandemic, but just trying to figure out other things. I'm in school trying to obtain my bachelor's degree in child psychology, and I want to have a master's in occupational therapy for pediatrics. So trying to figure that thing out right now. And we started the podcast too, like you said, Queen K. Is kind of a moment for me to decompress and just talk to friends and just start to learn myself. Public speaking was not my thing, so it's kind of helping me. I know like how I'm a teacher and I don't like public speaking. It doesn't make sense, but whatever. We're working it out. So that's it. Yeah.
All right, so last but not least,
Queen Isha.
I'm Ish, and I am a wife. I'm a mother of 4 girls. We had 3, and I had a bonus child. We have a child. My husband had a baby before we got together, so she's my bonus kid, and I love her to death. But yeah, I'm a mother of 4 girls. I work outside of the home right now, and I've been blessed to still be able to work during this pandemic. I am a resident advisor, so it's similar to home health. The only difference is I work for a private company, and they is for mental health patients that are hard of hearing or deaf, because I speak sign language. So it's been pretty awesome working with them. Like, I love them. They're older. They're on the older side. I did have a chance to work with our younger kids, but I saw that I love the older people better. So I've been working with them the last 4
Takes a
years.
special person, child, because I love babies. I can't go to adults because, like,
yeah,
no.
and that's been my passion. I went to school for child psychology, so that was like my main focus, HDFS classes and things like that. But when I got into the field, it was like, oh, the old people was where it's at. Hey, y'all. I really let them. I am in a place now where I am like learning who I am and like just trying to figure out what that is and what that looks like every day. I did kind of lose myself in being a mom once I had the twins. Like, girl, I thought I lost myself when I had my 5-year-old, but when I had the twins, I literally just
Another ball game.
yeah. So like,
and you do an amazing job, FYI. Cause girl, I'd be like, how? And I'm struggling with this one, but yes, you do a great job. So know that. Give yourself credit.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I am trying to find myself and like revamp my friendships and things like that, and like go out more and stuff like that. But it is kind of hard with the pandemic and stuff like that. I'm not really sending the girls to my mom and things, so it's been kind of hard with that. But that's who we are, and we started the podcast randomly, like you guys. Like, it was just like out of the blue, like, hey, you guys want to start a podcast? And we was just like, oh, okay. Not even friends yet, but that's how y'all want to do it. We ain't even friends. But yes. Do it, I'm down. And that's how ours started. Like, our healing started. And I'm really grateful for our podcast because it really made me realize that even though I didn't want to be friend, it made me realize that I was missing out on like her friendship and the things that she was able to bring to my life. Like, she's really an awesome. And I didn't even realize that I needed that child. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, dude. I'm it. No, we needed each other and we needed the podcast, and things happen for a reason. So it brought us all together. So it worked out, and we're going to keep it rocking and rolling.
We want to thank you guys for joining us tonight on our podcast. We would definitely love to have you guys back again or come to you guys' platform. That would really be awesome. As you guys mentioned, you guys can follow us on all our social media platforms. We are both our podcasts everywhere. Wherever you want to hear are there. You can search Queens W/Vibes and Visions, and like she said, they are everywhere. You can also follow us, Questions with Queens. We are everywhere too. Wherever you want to hear your podcast, we there.
Yep. Right. And if you want to watch us, we on YouTube too. Wherever you want, whatever you want to do. You cleaning, you listening, you driving. We got you.
Right.
You want to put a face to them voices? Boom, we on YouTube.
Yes, but the Queens United, I love this. Thank you guys so much. And we sorry, we try to keep it an hour, but we love talking. We had some information.
You guys can tune in each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We will be on live on this Zoom call. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Good night.
Night.
Thank you, ladies.